This morning on today's checklist, an important part of the body that sometimes we overlook are bones. Here to talk about that and help us improve our bone health is Dr. Ian Smith. He's a physician and the author of The Last 15, Say Goodbye to Those Most Stubborn Pounds. Good to see you again, Doc.
Good to see you.
So before we get to bone density, you know, the big news, of course, this weekend was the passing, the sudden passing of Senator Lindsey Graham. We hear about a torn aorta. Talk about that if you can, and what do we need to know about that as far as our own health?
Sure. First of all, aorta is the main blood vessel that carries the blood from the heart down to the rest of the body. Aortic dissections or a ruptured aorta are very uncommon, so we don't want to scare people. It's not very common. But it does happen to people in their 60s and 70s. And the issue is that people say, well, how do you know if you have a dissection? It's kind of hard. There are some symptoms. Unfortunately, they're similar to other kinds of medical problems. So we talk about people say severe pain. So a sharp pain, people say it's like a ripping or a stabbing, a separating. And that's your aorta, which is the walls of the aorta are actually separating. People talk about the pain often. They also talk about stroke-like symptoms. For example, you may have a thready pulse, a rapid heartbeat. Right. You may feel like you're confused, your vision problems. So look for those symptoms. And lastly, breathing in a shock feeling. The idea that you're sweaty, that you're clammy, that you feel like, you know, your whole body is kind of off kilter. Right. So these are some of the symptoms. If you feel like you're having some of those, get help right away. This is a medical emergency.
Emergency room
can be fatal.
And get it checked out. All right, let's get to the topic at hand. Bone density. So what is bone density?
Well, great stop with the question. There are two things: bone density and bone mass. Bone mass is the total amount of bones that you have in your body. It's the mass. It's what make it up. Bone density is important though. Bone density is, imagine a sponge. Right. A sponge has holes in it. The more holes you have in a sponge, the less dense it is. So bone density is the measure of compactness of your bones. It provides our body with structure, it helps protect our organs, and it also anchors our muscles. Our muscles are attached to bones. And by the way, the bone is an organ. It's a living, rigid organ. It needs to be fed like any other organ, like the heart. All right. Okay?
All right, doctor, when do our bones actually start to weaken?
Sure. So we talk to young people. You got to build your bone mass early. You typically peak in your 20s, maybe up to 30. After 30, you start losing bone mass and density gradually. So people who are at risk, if you're sedentary or not moving, not good for you. If you have low calcium and vitamin D, these are important. They help build our bones, keep them strong. Low exposure to sunlight. That's because sun helps build vitamin D.
So see guys sitting in the sun.
There you go.
There you go.
Look at Laura.
You got great bones,
Laura. With a little sunscreen. And also, we always talk about this, these ultra-processed foods, they increase inflammation, and that inflammation can weaken your bones.
Can weaken your bones. Okay, so what are some of the things to look out for here?
Yeah, okay, so here's the idea. Unfortunately, you don't typically know if you have low bone density until something happens. Typically, it's some kind of fracture that will happen. But there are some things you need to realize when you have early declines and you're high risk. We talk about hip fractures, particularly older people, they fall, they fracture their hip, low bone density. Spine compression. When you see people and they're kind of hunched over like this, unfortunately, that means that their vertebrae have probably compressed due to lack of
Is that why we get shorter when we get older?
That is. A lot of us, our bones kind of like settled in. And lastly, of course, long-term mobility issues. People not able to get around as well. It's all about your bones.
All right.
Okay?
So, Dr. Ian, how can we build bone density? How can we make our bones stronger?
Well, this is the good news. And people need to understand you can start in your 20s.
Okay.
It's not too late starting later, but in your 20s. The idea is that you want to do strength training. Bones grow by hurting them. So you need things that cause impact. Your bones are always changing every second of the day. So you are building bone, you are taking it away. When you do strength training, and this is not cardio, cardio protects the heart. Strength training, you lifting weights. You want to do pounding, jumping, lifting weights. That is what will help create pressure and tension on your bones that lead to bone growth.
All right. Well, thank you.
Hey, Doc, real quick, is there a difference between men and women as far as bone density or bone density loss?
Yes. So men also have osteoporosis, low bone density. By the age of 65, most women should have a DEXA scan to look at their bone density. For men, by the age of 70. And by the way, I can't emphasize this enough. Vitamin D and calcium are important. Try to get both of them. The calcium are the bricks. Vitamin D is what helps take the bricks to your bone, and exercise is your traffic cop that directs you.
Dr. Ian, well, we always learn a lot when you're here.
A little bit.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Doc.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.